Satang Prasanga.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, and welcome to today's session. I also wish you a happy Ekadasi. Our Ekadasi in Mayapur is today, and I hope that these sutras are assisting you and your family during this difficult time. So let's start today with today's sutra, and it reads as follows. What to practically do in difficult times? First, commit your will to Krishna and desire to surrender to his merciful desire. This is a conscious choice. Pray willfully. Choosing to seek his shelter is an act of surrender that ignites faith in the core of the heart. At difficult times, take shelter of the path already walked upon by the great souls. So, we see that the way our human life is constructed, there are actually two paths. One is the path that nature takes and that governs us by our karmic action and reaction, good and bad. And the second path is the construct that we've created as human beings called society, and the rules and the principles and the standards that that has and how that is governed. And when we look at it, it's actually going in two different directions. The natural phenomena of life, we totally not tuned to anything natural anymore. Everything we do is unnatural, and we even coined the word organic these days, when it basically means life. So we're actually moving in two different directions, expecting to be peaceful, expecting to be happy, expecting to have some joy in life, when we actually living a kind of schizophrenic lifestyle. So the Vedic lifestyle is one of the only lifestyles that takes the construct of life and society and merges it, synchronizes it with the spiritual side. And that becomes Varnashram Dharma. Because once that's done, then it's very practical. It's not an extracurricular activity anymore. It's very practically life and spiritual life can be joined as one. And this is what Srila Prabhupada had envisioned for us. So we see here today, we read, what to practically do in difficult times. So I think we all go through these moments many times, even during the day. So what to do? First thing, he advises, first commit your will to Krishna and desire to surrender to his merciful desire. We see that the way we've constructed life, we're totally disconnected from the will of God. We're totally disconnected from the way he has designed life to go. So a deeper level of trying to learn these different teachings that are coming through these sutras is that we have to connect our will with Krishna. By doing that, we are aligning ourselves with Krishna. When we ask for help, usually our ask for help comes as a last resort to God, to Krishna. And in that, it's disguised. It's disguised as an ultimatum. That, my Lord, we come in the sweet little child, and my Lord, please help me, I'm in difficult like that. And it's a plea for help disguised as a demand. It's an ultimatum that you have to help me. Nobody else can help me. Then we start praising him. Oh, you are the greatest. This, that. Do you think he can't see through all of that? So be careful of that request for help, which is candy-coated or disguised in the mood of an ultimatum that you have to help me because I've come to ask you. That's not love, and that's not the direction that we're raising our consciousness to. So we see here those who have come to the understanding. So in essence, in Krishna consciousness, we're not trying to tolerate life. We're trying to understand life. This is a process of understanding, which culminates in devotion, bhakti. So to tolerate life, there's a certain threshold in that. But to observe life, to understand life, just like the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, it says, observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjuna, learn how to observe. First lesson in life, learn how to observe. If you don't know how to observe, what are you looking at? So we're not interested in tolerating and being determined and having a strong threshold of tolerance. No. We are trying to understand. And Krishna is reciprocating in that way. The game of life is not about, it's an existential game. The game of life is not just about living it. It's about understanding love. It's about understanding love, and that is our relationship with the Lord. He's designed all of this just for us to come to that point of loving Him. And He gives the understanding of how to do that. So it says here, this is a conscious choice. I think that's coming up quite regularly in our discussions. The conscious choice, that it's your prerogative, you decide. Pray willfully, choosing to seek the shelter. Choosing to seek His shelter is an act of surrender that ignites faith in the core of the heart. Yeyata mam prapadyante. Beautiful verse, 4th chapter, text 11. Yeyata mam prapadyante tam sate imam bhajamyaham mamavartmana vartante manusapartha sarvasaha. So Krishna is saying, as they surrender to me, then I reward accordingly. So that surrender means connecting our will with Krishna's will. If we learn that practical aspect, that will create such a different experience in life. So who's the people who do this? Krishna, it's explained here. You take shelter of the path already walked upon by the great souls. Mahatmanas tumam partha daivim prakritiastada. Those who are Mahatmas, they take shelter of the divine energy, not the material energy. Like I was saying in the beginning, we have the split in life. We're living two lifestyles. One is the material aspect of our biology, and the second one is the construct of our mind. And they both are not synchronized. But the great devotees, they take shelter of the divine energy by connecting their will to Krishna. Mahatmanas tumam bharta, mahajanayena gata supanta. Another famous verse that Prabhupada would quote a lot, that you follow the path designated by the Mahajans. So why are they great? Because they are connected their will to the will of the Lord. That's why they're great. And by doing that, they come to an understanding. We don't say that life, all the problems of life will be solved and resolved. But we do say you'll come to an understanding of what's going on. And that's a higher perspective to be at. It's better to understand life, because then it gives you purpose to understand your relationship with Krishna and the need for it and the experience for it. So I hope you enjoyed today's class. Please join us again tomorrow. Hare Krishna.